5 seconds. Start. Sir, I would not like to go into details, but I would like to inform the honorable members that even this year the weather has not been very favorable. We are still suffering from drought in many parts of India. Several honorable members from Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, sometimes from Rajasthan have complained about enough relief not being provided to the drought affected areas. In terms of area affected this year, larger area is experiencing drought and deficient rain than the area in the last few years. Out of 35 rainfall divisions in the country during the Rabi season this year, about 22 divisions have been affected. 22 rainfall divisions have been affected, covering 260 districts out of a total of 384, and that is, I think, a much larger area than was affected by such a calamity ever before in recent history. But fortunately, the intensity has not been very high, and we are dealing with the situation, and it is in these conditions that this production level has been achieved. We have tried to supply inputs to the farmers in time. The most important input was fertilizer, which was hard to find. We expected a production of about 38 lakh tons in the country of nutrients, but I fell down to about 29 lakh tons. A shortfall of 9 tons of nutrients is a very big quantity. We had to search for fertilizers from outside the country. We had to try and arrange imports. Larger quantities were imported than in the previous year during this year. We had set a target of about 61 lakh tons of fertilizers to be consumed, but we could hardly achieve a target of consumption of about 55 lakh tons, a shortfall of nearly 5 lakh tons. If it had been arranged, it would certainly have given us additional production of about 40 to 50 lakh tons or 4 to 5 million tons extra. That probably could take our production to about 136 or 137 million tons of food grains, which could make our position very comfortable. But all that was on account of government's vigilance, awareness of the problem, and the money that we could spend on it liberally in spite of difficulties. A criticism has been made that fertilizer is very costly. I do not say it is not costly. I wish it could be supplied much cheaper to the farmers, but who does not know the financial constraints which we are facing? We wish fertilizers to be made very cheap for farmers in our country, irrigation and power to be supplied cheaper to the farmers. But even at the price that is now fixed, and with the decision that we took to supply fertilizers at a uniform rate throughout the country, whether a block was situated on the railhead or in the interior, the cost of transport is to be borne by the government, and the price fixed as low as we could possibly make it we still have to bear a subsidy burden of 4,000 crores of rupees during the year on fertilizers alone. And with the same price prevailing, it is expected that in the next year we shall have to bear a subsidy burden of 6,000 crores of rupees on fertilizers. That is not a small amount for a developing country. There are many other areas in which the government is providing subsidy. Water for irrigation is subsidized everywhere. Canal rates do not bring enough money to look after the running of canals. States have to undergo losses on pesticides, insecticides, on plant protection measures. There is a subsidy. Certified seeds is supplied with a subsidy element. There are various other things. But then, as I have said earlier, we hope what we have not been able to do so far, we shall do in future. But for that, we need cooperation of this house, of all sections of the society, and of farmers particularly, because if our farm economy fails, it will be on account of these misguided agitations and the so-called leaders of the farmers advising farmers not to take sugarcane to factories and not to supply food grains to the mandis. After all, what are the farmers producing it for? If they will not sell it, where will they take it? I am really surprised, sir, at what my honorable friend has said, that the food grains should not be taken to mandis. He is a farmer. Can't he visualize a situation when the government gives up its price support policy? What will happen to the farmers' produce? Last time we were late by only 4 or 5 days in announcing the paddy price. You know the hue and cry that was raised by the farmers? The price fell down by several rupees. The traders started exploiting the market conditions. The farmers themselves realize that if the government does not have this price support policy and does not undertake the purchase of surplus in food grains, the price certainly cannot be obtained at the level that these leaders think the farmers can get.